Hey everyone, I'm Michael, and this is another episode in my series, A Plant a Week. In this series, I talk about various houseplants. I highlight one for the whole video, talking about how to properly care for it, how to water it, how to propagate it, everything that you need to know to keep your plant healthy and happy. Walk into any grocery store and you'll often find these little trees lining the plant section. One of my very first plants was a Ginseng Ficus Bonsai. There are so many varieties of ficus trees, somewhere between 800 to 2,000 different species. This one, the Ficus ginseng, has a thick trunk similar to a ginseng root and goes by many different names, including the banyan fig, Taiwan ficus, and the laurel fig. It's one of the most forgiving bonsais out there, making it a good choice for beginner bonsai growers. I do not grow bonsai. I don't know much about growing bonsai. This plant here is the closest I've come to a bonsai. I don't think I have the patience for bonsai growing, so this one works just fine for me. One of the reasons this plant is so forgiving is because it can handle a little bit of over and under watering. Its large bulbous trunk stores a lot of water, which it can use as a reservoir when you've gone a couple extra days without watering. I tend to water mine a lot in the summer. The soil is almost always completely dry within a week of watering. In winter, I make sure to check the soil to make sure that it's dry before giving it some water, because we all know I have a tendency to drown my plants. These plants do prefer a more humid environment and would do well to be placed in a pebble tray with water. I don't add any extra humidity to mine, and it seems to be fine with that, but I'm sure it'd grow even faster and better if I upped the humidity. Like most tropicals, these bonsai prefer a well-draining soil. You can buy bonsai pre-mixed soil, which it'll do great in, or make your own using potting mix, pine bark, lava rock, anything that allows for ample drainage. There's also a product you can get called akadama, which is a clay-like mineral that absorbs water and breaks down slowly over time, which is great for bonsais. I've never repotted mine, and it's quite a few years old. These plants need quite a bit of light. If you're keeping it indoors, it's best to put it in a bright windowsill where it can get plenty of direct sunlight. They don't tolerate shade at all, and I've discovered that they diminish pretty rapidly if they're not in a bright area. Because there's not a whole lot of soil for bonsais to draw nutrients from, generally you want to feed them with fertilizer every couple of weeks in the growing season, and monthly in the winter. Any fertilizer will work. I tend to use more organic fertilizers, but these plants aren't too fussy as long as they're getting some sort of nutrients added to their soil. You can actually propagate these plants rather readily through cuttings. Take cuttings and place the branches in water or soil. Keep that soil moist, and it'll make those cuttings produce their own little root system. This way you can make yourself a whole tiny forest. As far as pests go, these plants are susceptible to scale and spider mite infestations, and I did deal with spider mites on my Ficus ginseng a few years ago, but after a spray down with insecticidal soap, the mites were taken care of, and I haven't had any issues with them since. Sometimes I will catch the odd spider making a nest in the leaves, which is pretty terrifying. Literally every time it happens, I get a little fright, but it's nothing that a quick vacuum suck can't fix. These bonsais are quite toxic, especially for pets, so you'll want to keep them out of reach from any curious animals. And when you have your little bonsai forest, you'll need little toxic signposts to warn little travelers that they've entered a toxic forest. Bonsa-ist, Bonsai-ers, or whatever they call themselves, are a different type of gardener. They take care to twist and grow their bonsais over years, pruning every leaf just so to give it the appropriate look. And then there's people like me who buy one of these from the grocery store and go, "Look, I've got a bonsai." So this type of bonsai is great for beginners, or just regular plant enthusiasts who don't have any patience, like me. And who doesn't want a cute little mini tree in their collection? Thanks again for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for similar content. On Mondays, I post videos about houseplants, and on Fridays, I also post videos about houseplants, and reading, writing, photography, art, and any other generic interests of mine. As always, you can find my social media links in the description below. Also, you can find links to H&H Games, the board game company I've helped create, and our debut board game, Season of Heroes. You can also find the Amazon links to my fantasy series, A Chronicle of Crowns. Thanks for watching, bye!